So best actor, break that down.
Well, you know, this everybody I think for a long time was thinking, oh well, of course Michael Keaton, you know, because he's playing this sort of version of himself in a way, and because you know, again, he's this.
Why do we like that? Why does that help?
I don't know. I think we just like Michael Keaton specifically because of Batman and Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly in you know ever since at least as far back as the Larry Sanders Show, there's been this whole thing about celebrities playing themselves, like a version of themselves on TV and in movies and stuff. I think in this, it's more that sort of thing where. It's sort of in that it's that Argo thing of it says the things about Hollywood and show business that people in Hollywood and show business love to hear.
I think that's why Birdman is really knocking it out of the park. I mean, it's a good movie, but I think that's why it's getting all the support it's getting.
Exactly. I think that plays into the appeal. But I think now, obviously, we're looking at Eddie Redmayne as a very serious contender as well. Although, I mean, let's face it, from the moment you hear Eddie Redmayne's going to play Stephen Hawking, you're like, well, that's at least a nomination.
Well, I mean he's a pretty person who's going to play it down, and he's playing a very physically complicated role. And he makes it work. I don't even like that movie very much, but he makes it work.
I don't like the film. I do like him, but if there's an Oscar checklist of things that tend to do well or at least get nominations, real person, handicap,
playing down the prettiness.
Yeah, exactly. Not hiding your light under a bushel.
Doing an accent. He's got the robot voice. He doesn't die, but that's like the one.
Yeah, that would be the grand slam on bingo here.
Right now, the odds still have Redmayne as a really solid favorite. He's 2-7, and Keaton is 10-3. So in it, and that's where if you think you can make a little money, there's a little money to be made on Keaton. Everybody else, Cooper 25-1, Cumberbatch 66-1, and Carrell
none of them are
150-1. Right. So it's a two guy. What's different about Keaton playing the version of himself here, as opposed to all those other roles of people playing, is that those seem funny. And while this is funny, there's no question that throughout you feel like Keaton is acting. And I mean that in the best sense. Not that you know that he's giving a performance, but like it's to me, it's in the back of your mind, like we were just talking about the show Episodes, which I love. But as you watch that show, Matt LeBlanc is playing a version of Matt LeBlanc, and you're never unaware that, hey, look at Matt LeBlanc. Right here, like you're like, oh, that's right, that's Michael Keaton. It's kind of Michael Keaton.
Right?
You know,
Birdman's
it's Michael
kind of like Batman. What? My God, blows my mind.
I still didn't like it in Birdman where we see Birdman. I really think the movie suffered at the moment that we saw him.
That's not a killer for me.
I thought it was a play it against Sam kind of, you know.
I know, I look at precedent of something like this, and I look at some of the other comeback roles, and everyone's like, oh yes, we've always loved this actor. They're finally going to get an Oscar nomination, and then they didn't win. Someone like Eddie Murphy in Dreamgirls, someone like Bill Murray in Lost in Translation, someone like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. A lot of those are kind of roles that sort of
the sentimental favorites.
The sentimental favorite, but here's the thing: they're the sentimental favorite, but they've never been nominated before. The Academy only seems to have so much affection for them. In some respects, I feel like this award might itself be the nomination for Michael Keaton. That we've recognized that you're a great actor, and now here you can be in this McDonald's biopic, you can be in the new King Kong movie. You enjoy your new career, that's your award. But Eddie Redmayne was in a wheelchair. Right.
Okay, real quick, 3 straight years for Bradley Cooper, and which seemed, I just watched. Saw the last 2/3 of Wedding Crashers, and where you forget he plays the jerk, and you just didn't think. Like, he's beautiful, but that this guy was going to get 3 consecutive
Go back and watch Wet Hot American Summer.
Watch I Want to Marry Ryan Banks. That is a real movie. He's great in that movie.
But I mean, what is that? I don't know. What does it say about him that he's a great actor?
I think that when you are a young actor, you get the gigs that you get, and then it's all a sort of a question of perseverance and luck and timing and talent and all that stuff. And so I think people can come from anywhere. Sally Field, for God's sake, was Gidget and the Flying Nun for ages, and then she's a 2-time Oscar winner.
2 for 2. She's only been nominated twice.
Okay.
When she gets nominated, she wins.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
no,
Lincoln.
Oh, right, until Lincoln for Best Actress.
But nonetheless, So I think that wherever you begin, that's no indication of where you're going to end. In a good and bad way. Somebody can start out like at the top and then
Jennifer Hudson. But I didn't think she was that great in Dreamgirls, and she hasn't made much of a movie career since. But the thing is, I don't know. With Bradley Cooper, he's fine. He's a good actor. I've never seen a performance of his where I was like, God damn. Look at Bradley Cooper. Like, Silver Linings was okay, but I thought his hair was doing most of the work in American Hustle.
I'd say he's a solid journeyman actor, and he's going to do he's going to do interesting work for a long time, and eventually he's going to be in the Julianne Moore position. Like, oh yeah, fuck, we never gave Bradley Cooper an award. This movie is maybe not as great as, but well, yes, because nobody else is, you know.
I think it's great. I think he's good. I think he's better. He's proving to be better than Journeyman because those roles are different.
Oh, I'm not saying Journeyman in a bad way. I'm talking about like in the sense of like your old school, like your Robert Ryans, you know, your kind of contract players who never got like.
He's too good looking.
Okay, Robert Mitchum then.
Robert Ryan, good looking dude.
Robert Mitchum is a good looking dude.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But so you know what I'm saying. Like guys who never got taken seriously as like thespians, but you go back and you watch their old movies, you're like, God damn, they just delivered.
Consistently on
Sterling
point.
Hayden, every movie.
Every friend of mine makes fun of me, and I'll be. Am I allowed to say on a second reference, especially when telling a story about him, Bob Mitchum? Because I do it. I don't do it for almost anybody else. I always, but somehow
you're a Hollywood royalty, Mankiewicz.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you like.
You can call him Steve for all you want, and we're fine with that.
I don't know somehow, but my wife constantly makes fun. She's like, Bob, really? Really?
Just don't go to junkets and refer to the stars as by their first names.
Yeah, that's never going to happen. All right, so Redmayne is the favorite, and we'll see if by the time you're watching this, you'll know if you won. So real quick, two guys who, I think there are really three other performances that weren't nominated that could have been. And
it was at least three. It was a really tough year.
Oyelowo.
Definitely.
You know, Tom Hardy.
No question.
No question. You know, should have been nominated and won.
Should have won.
Movie should have won, and you know, or been nominated. Certainly, talking about Locke. And then the third one, who is escaping me right now.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes.
Right.
Instantly iconic performance in Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Amazing in Nightcrawler.
Yeah, my favorite performances of the year were Hardy and Gyllenhaal.
And also,
male
fits that mold of like attractive guy making himself weird and creepy.
Yeah.
You know, but too creepy though. I think he got into Eric Robertson star 80 territory.
He got into Javier Bardem territory. No Country for Old Men. He got a nomination.
I
Heath
think
Ledger got a nomination for The Joker.
I think
there's a difference.
I know there's a difference.
Somehow
but
people
it's
felt
lame.
comfortable dismissing that movie. Like
Nightcrawler?
as not, I don't know. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I really like it.
It joins a list of great movies that only got one Oscar nomination for like its screenplay. You're looking at films like Margin Call or In Bruges, or even going all the way back, you go to something like Rome Open City.
Yeah, Metropolitan.
You know? Yeah, there you go. There's a lot of great movies and like
Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Screenplay got no. I think Sex, Lies, and Videotape got more than that. But like, the point is that there are a lot of great movies.
I think Do the Right Thing only got a screenplay nomination.
That could be right. I'm
American
not
Splendor,
sure.
definitely.
American Splendor is another one.
Spike Lee's going to be at the TCM Film Festival, and I'm pushing to get that interview. I'd like to get that.
Yeah, I'll bet he'd be great.
All right. Well, all right. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the Oscars. Enjoy our conversation. You think Redmayne will win?
I suspect at this point it's looking that way.
I'm putting my money on Redmayne, but it could go either way.
Tom Hardy was robbed.
I think Redmayne will win, but I'm going to put my actual money on Michael Keaton because that's how you play. That's how you do.
He plays with his heart.